Now, I hope till so far things are clear. Let me take you through the next passage now, which is also which has the same standard directions. So, here we go. Okay, these are the same. Read the following passage and choose the answer that is closest to each of the questions that are based on the passage. Two Apple stores in Delhi and Mumbai opened in April 2023. Until now, Indians could buy Apple products in the country either online or through a vast network of what the company calls premium resellers. Will the newfound ability to sell products directly to customers in India, the world's second largest smartphone market, impact its fortunes here? So, this is a very relevant question that comes out or that the author poses here based on what he has mentioned previously. And what is that? The opening of two Apple stores in Delhi and Mumbai. Until then, what was the situation? People in India who wanted to buy iPhone or Apple products could buy them, order them online or through a vast network of premium resellers. Apple has long tried to open physical stores in India. In 2019, the Indian government relaxed some investment rules exempting companies selling cutting-edge items such as Apple's iPhones and iPads from restrictions. Okay, so this part is important. We'll come back to it later once we take a look at the question. So, what is it? Let me read it out for you again. The Indian government in this year relaxed some investment rules, and because of this, certain items such as Apple's iPhones and iPads were exempted from restrictions, and the author has described these phones as or these items or products as cutting edge items. Then what? Apple first launched an online store in India through a website which allows users to request for customized products. Apple's decision to open physical stores in India could be the next step in its branding strategy. It is not as if this will change Apple's sales in any dramatic way, but it is still a key milestone, one that will allow Apple to deliver to Indian customers in the full Apple experience. So, the author has clearly suggested or not suggested, had stated rather that the opening of a physical store in India will not change or do anything dramatic to Apple's sales, but still it is an important or a very significant milestone, and it will allow Apple to deliver to Indian customers in the full Apple experience. Okay. The iPhone is still an aspirational product in the price sensitive Indian market. When you launch an Apple store, you are basically giving a premium experience to your premium consumers. It might not pull up sales, but it pulls more people into the Apple ecosystem. So, once again, the author says the same thing, that a physical or a brick and mortar store in India might not pull up sales or increase sales, but it pulls more people into the Apple ecosystem. Now, Apple ecosystem, over here, this term is or this phrase is important. By mentioning it, the author implies that when a store opens, then people are able to view all the items that are on offer or display, and which is why the author mentions an entire ecosystem. So, everything that Apple has on offer, people are able to see them, and this may not impact sales, but at least it attracts people to come and check them out. Setting up an Apple store in India is also a statement that the country is now big enough for Apple to be actually interested in expanding operations here, and comes at a time when India is rising fast as a manufacturing base for the iPhone. So, India is rising fast as a manufacturing base for iPhone is important in this part of the passage. Then the author says, Apple first began making a lower end model of the iPhone in India in 2017. Last year, it began producing its latest model of iPhone 14 in the country, which now accounts for 5% of total iPhone production in India. For years, Apple had relied on China's sophisticated manufacturing network to produce the bulk of its products, but analysts predict that by 2025, a quarter of all iPhones the company makes could be produced in India. Apple was already making between 5 to 7% of its products in India, and they are targeting to go up to 25% of their manufacturing capacity. So, here the author gives us statistics pertaining to the manufacturing of Apple products in India and how and what the projected figures are. In 2022, Apple had a 60% market share in the Indian premium smartphone market, which refers to mobiles that cost INR 40,000 or more, ahead of Samsung's 21% share. Okay, go back to it again. Apple had a 60% market share in the Indian premium smartphone market, not in the Indian smartphone market, but in the premium smartphone market. And this refers to mobiles that cost 40,000 and more, and it was ahead of a Samsung's share, which was at 21%. So, this was Samsung's share. It was more than double. Apple's was more than double of it. Apple is doing well across categories. The real issue will be to pull customers to these flagship centers without alienating the partner sellers. Okay, so this is the real challenge which the author has mentioned here. What is it? To attract customers to these centers and also retain their association with the partner sellers. The author says Apple has finally understood that India's premium market is growing, so why not be serious about it? Okay. So, here the discussion comes to an end and we move to the questions. The first one. Apple's aim is not only to increase sales of its iPhones, but to draw people into Apple's ecosystem. In the context of the passage, this statement means what? Is it that Apple seeks to bring customers into a network of related products which it offers, be the market leader in the world of premium smartphones, attract customers to buy its phones through innovative means, attract customers by displaying a wide range of aesthetically designed products? So, what does Apple seek to do by this statement which the author has given? Now, Apple's aim is not only to increase sales. So, this of course is an objective, but also to draw people into Apple's ecosystem. Where did we come across this statement? In the third paragraph, where the author mentions that when you visit an Apple store, a physical store, you are giving a premium experience to your, or when you launch, rather not go, but when from the company's perspective, when a company opens its store, then what is the objective? So, with regard to Apple, the author says when Apple has launched such a store, the idea is to give a premium experience to the premium customers of the product, and it might not pull up sales is what the author opines, but it pulls more people into the Apple ecosystem. So, in a store, there are more products and not just that particular product for which the customer has come there. So, is it to bring customers into a network of related products which it offers? Yes, this makes sense, and this is a reiteration of what I had already explained when I was taking you through that part of the passage also, if you remember. So, we can go with 1 as the answer. 2 says be the market leader in the world of premium smartphones. Now, in the context of this statement, this is not relevant. Attract customers to buy its phones through innovative means also is not suitable, and attract customers by displaying a wide range of aesthetically designed products. To bring people into this ecosystem does not mean to attract customers by merely displaying the products, but to give them an idea that this is all that, this is what we have to offer, okay, related to the product that the customer or the consumer has visited the store for. And so, the word displaying should help you eliminate this. Okay, so the objective is not merely to display a wide range of aesthetically designed products, but to bring customers into that network. Okay, so there is a slight margin, or very fine. I mean, they are close, and you have to think logically to eliminate and focus on any word which will help you rule out a particular choice. And I've already circled one of these for you. So, it is not by displaying, but by bringing customers into a network of all the products which the company has to offer. Okay, the next one, 8. The Apple retail stores in India will do what? Drive healthy competition in the smartphone market, bring in more customers and increase sales, does not have any impact on Apple's image or not materially impact sales of iPhones. The author has clearly said that the sales will not be impacted. So, what is the objective, or how will these Apple stores in India, what will they do rather? Okay, so will they drive healthy competition? Now, this we cannot go for, because the opening of a physical store cannot be related to driving healthy competition in a particular market. Bring in more customers and increase sales, not have any impact on Apple's image. Well, Apple's image is not considered at all, and it cannot be related to the opening of retail stores in India. Not materially impact sales of iPhones. Well, we can go with this, because the next one, question number 8. The Apple retail stores in India will do what? The first is drive healthy competition in the smartphone market. Now, this cannot be ascertained. The opening of a retail store in India, will it help drive healthy competition in the smartphone market? Now, we do not have any such fact mentioned by the author, and otherwise also we cannot logically conclude it in this manner. Will it bring in more customers and increase sales? Now, this can be eliminated, because the author has clearly stated twice that it might not pull up sales, but it pulls more people into the Apple ecosystem. And again, previously also the author says Apple's decision to open physical stores in India could be the next step in its branding strategy. Okay, it is not as if it will change Apple's sales in any dramatic way, but it is still a key milestone. So, this can be eliminated, this choice which says that opening of retail stores will bring in more customers into its fold. It's wrong. Will not have any impact on Apple's image. Now, this is not the consideration also. The answer is 4. Okay, now what does it state? It will not materially impact sales of iPhones. Well, we get the answer from the parts that I pointed out to you, and of course, I hope you understand by elimination also this is the best choice. Okay, the next one, 9. The main point the passage makes is what? Okay, so what is the main point, the key point? Is it that Apple needs new branding and marketing strategies to compete with Samsung? The authors mention in this paragraph, the 7th one, that way back in 2022 itself, Apple had a 60% market share in the premium smartphone market in India, and it was already ahead of Samsung's 21% share. Now, if we consider this choice that Apple needs new branding and marketing strategies to compete with Samsung, this is not the main point, because the author has said that Apple is already ahead. Okay, so this is wrong. The second one, Apple needs physical stores to expand sales to more buyers of premium products. We've already discussed this in the previous question, that the opening of retail stores will not materially impact sales of iPhones. The sales will neither go down nor increase, they may remain the same. So, it does not need physical stores to expand sales to more buyers of premium products, and premium products of course is also very general. iPhone was already popular in India. The main point in that the passage makes about the iPhone, about Apple, is that iPhone was already popular in India. No, this is absolutely incorrect. This makes sense then. Option 4. That Apple has realized the strategic importance of the Indian market, and toward the end of the passage, we have read this, that Apple has finally understood that India's premium market is growing. So, why not be serious about it? How did it show that it is serious about it? By opening physical or retail stores in Delhi and Mumbai. Okay. So, this is clear now. The next one, 10. Apple's challenge while opening physical stores is what? Is to provide stimulation that draws customers away from other sellers. The challenge is not to provide something that draws customers or pulls customers to itself away from other sellers. So, this is not relevant. Is to subtly alienate customers away from competitors. This is also incorrect. To offer parallel products packaged more attractively. When the author says here that it might not pull up sales, but it pulls more people into the Apple ecosystem, we understand that this allows consumers or customers to check out all the products that Apple has to offer. But this choice, which says to offer parallel products packaged more attractively, has not been mentioned, and it is not even implied. So, even for this question, the answer is in option 4. Retain links with their partner sellers while drawing customers to their stores. How do we ascertain this? Go back here. Okay. The author says that, this part, that the real issue, so the challenge is what? Will be to pull consumers to these stores without alienating the partner sellers, because previously the author has told us that Apple was or people who wanted to buy Apple products were either ordering them online or through a vast network of what the company calls premium resellers. Now, the company's objective is to retain its association or links with these partner sellers and also attract customers to its stores. So, we can go with what? The fourth choice, which says retain links with their partner sellers while drawing customers to their stores. So, this is very logical. Question number 11 now. India is now the focus of Apple operations. Why? So, we need to identify a reason why this question says that India is the focus of Apple's operations. Because it offers the benefit of a manufacturing base in addition to a market. Go back to the passage again, and the author in the 5th paragraph says that for years, Apple had relied on China's sophisticated manufacturing network to produce the bulk of its products. But analysts predict that by 2025, a quarter of all iPhones the company makes could be produced in India. Apple was already making between 5 to 7% of its products in India, and they are targeting to go up to 25% of their manufacturing capacity. Before this, we read that last year it began producing its latest model of iPhone 14 in the country, in India, which now accounts for 5% of total iPhone production. So, what do all of these suggest? That the reason why India is the focus of Apple operations is because India offers Apple or the company the benefit of a manufacturing base in addition to a consumer market. Okay, so this is actually the correct answer. Now, of course, we need to check the remaining. Because no other country has the same ease of doing business, is not stated anywhere or implied. American technology companies want to reduce their reliance on China, also cannot be considered relevant. Because it has the world's second largest population, we did not find it mentioned anywhere. So, we can cancel it because it is out of scope. Okay, so we know 1 is the correct choice. Question 12. Based on the passage, which one of the following is not true? So, again we come to a question which asks us to identify a statement which is incorrect, which is false, and we have to eliminate 3 true statements. Currently, 5 to 7% of all iPhones are manufactured in India. Back to the part where we read this. Apple was already making between 5 to 7% of its products in India, and they are targeting to go up to 25%. So, 5 to 7% which this choice mentions is true currently. As of now, 5 to 7% of all iPhones are manufactured in India. So, this is true. Eliminate. Okay, T. The next one, regulatory restrictions were eased in 2023. Was it the case? Again, in the first paragraph, I told you we'll revisit this part when I start discussing the question. So, here we are. In 2019, the Indian government relaxed some investment rules, exempting companies selling cutting-edge items such as Apple's iPhones and iPads from restrictions. So, which year? It's given as 2019. And what is the year that this question, that this choice mentions? 2023. So, clearly this is a false. Okay. And the answer to this question, because we are looking for a statement which is not true. The third one is manufacturing of iPhones in India commenced in 2017. This also we can go back quickly and check where the author says Apple first began making a lower end model of the iPhone in India in 2017. Okay, so this tells us that the third choice is also true and has to be eliminated. The last one, iPhone 14 is being manufactured in India. Okay, so this is also something we came across and needs to be discarded. Okay, for question number 12, the answer is option 2.